Good afternoon, members of the media, guests, and Wagner College community. My name is Brian Morales, the Director of Media Relations here at Wagner College, and welcome to today's press conference. Today's a special day for us here at Wagner as we formally introduce Terrell Coburn as the new head coach of the Wagner women's basketball team. Coach Coburn becomes the 10th head coach in program history as he was promoted to the position on April 27, 2021. With that said, I would like to introduce Wagner College Director of Athletics, Walt Hamline, to get things started. Coach Hamline, take it away.
Thanks, Brian. And obviously, this is an exciting day for us for Wagner College women's basketball. We're really excited about Terrell taking over the program. He's been with us for 5 years and played a major role in the development of our team and from building our program to where we've got it in a real positive situation. 5 years as a top assistant, he played a major role in the rebuilding process with recruiting, development of our student athletes, has a great rapport with all our student athletes, has a great understanding of the Wagner College mission and how our student athletes fit into it. With that, too, he's got great leadership ability, communicator, and a great rapport with our kids. And I know and I feel completely confident as our whole staff does. When we started the process and different people interviewed him within our department and on campus, it all came back the same way. Hey, he's a great fit. He's a guy that's going to work his tail off and he's going to get it done. And I can't tell you, hey, how excited we are to keep this program going in the direction that it's going right now. And without any question, we're confident that Terrell will keep it going. And on that note, Terrell, you can take it over. You're the 10th coach here. Let's go. Go Seahawks.
Thank you. Wow. I still feel like I'm in a dream right now. This is an incredible day. Now, Brian, you got to take care of me. Make sure this internet don't mess up. My battery, everything is good. We all set.
And we're good, Coach.
We're done.
I'll just pull your leg. Now, this is an innovative way, and really grateful for you, Brian. Again, I'm really honored. I'm really honored to be here with you all today. This is a special day for myself and my family. I really wish that my family could be here today. My wife and my daughter. My daughter, she would probably be running all over the place. So you all would see her and she would probably grab your attention. I really happy. I wish my immediate family were here with me, my mom, my brother, my friends, my mentors. I wish they all could be here, but I know everyone is here with me in spirit. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity. My faith is extremely important to me, and I know that without him, I wouldn't be here today. I want to thank President Martin, Coach Walt Hamline for giving me this opportunity. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity. I want to especially thank administration. Throughout this process, you all have been extremely supportive, and it's just something that really is, I'm just really appreciative for, really grateful for your support, and I'm extremely happy for your support as well. I do want to take the time to thank my wife, Janine. Again, she isn't here, but I know she's a spirit. She knows that I'm relentless when it comes to getting better at my craft. She knows I'm relentless when it comes to basketball and my passion for being of service. And the game has done so much for me, and she knows I'm all in and I go really hard. And, as being a coach's wife, there's so many different aspects and different things that you're a part of, and sometimes you may not even understand it. She's extremely understanding. She supported me from day one. She supports my dreams, and I'm really grateful for her. Her and my daughter, Taylor, they really keep me balanced, and that's something that I need in my life, so I'm extremely grateful for them. I do want to thank my mom, who I really wish was here with me today. She's back home in Atlanta. I'm just really grateful and thankful for my mom. Raising two sons in the South Side of Chicago could be difficult, and I'm I'm just really thankful for my mom, just instilling different values and core values in me that have allowed me to accomplish so much. Her instilling faith in me, her instilling work ethic, and giving me something to look forward to say, hey, you can, if you can do anything you put your mind to, you just believe. And I'm extremely grateful for my mom. She's like another coach for me. So it's extremely important for me to thank her. And so when she does watch this, I want her to know that I love her and I'm truly grateful for her. And I love my wife and my daughter tremendously as well. I want to thank our current players. I mean, wow, through this process, the love, the trust, and support that you all have for me is just really something I can't express. I'm just really grateful for you all. I know that I'm in a different leadership role now, and I'm extremely happy to continue to coach you all and lead you all and continue to be of service throughout this process. I'm truly thankful for you all. I do want to take the time to thank the head coaches that I've worked with up until this point. They've been instrumental for me throughout my journey, living out my dreams. And one thing for me, I'm always about just learning and gaining experience. And so with these four individuals, I do want to thank them, Matt Daniel, Gail Strigler, Thomas Davis, and of course, Heather Jacobs. I've learned so much working with you all. You all have given me an opportunity to live out my dreams and do what I love. And I'm really grateful for our experiences. I've learned so much within our time together. And I'm appreciative of the time that we spent together. And, you know, again, I just want to thank you. Thank you for allowing me to work with you all at the time that was needed. And again, I learned so much. So I want to take the opportunity to thank you all for sure. I also do, and I'm a rambler. I don't want to ramble too much, but I do want, and I'm not going to name everyone, it's too many, but I'm a big proponent of circles and relationships. So I do want to take the time to thank my mentors, and you all know who you are. You know I'm very persistent. I'm going to call and ask questions, and I just appreciate you all answering the phone and just giving me advice and sharing your knowledge and wisdom with me because it's important. One thing for me, when I was younger, I used to always think that if you just work hard, you know, you'll get whatever you want. And as I got older and more mature and wiser, it's you can work hard, but you got to have people in your corner too that's going to help you be successful. And so I do want to take the time to thank all of my mentors that's been there for me, and I'm really excited that you all going to be a part of this journey as well. It's going to be a fun one for sure. So now, with all that being said, I believe here at Wagner, this is a tremendous opportunity for me as a basketball coach to help a group of young women strive for excellence on and off the court and to continue to grow and develop. I know from all the conversations within this process and speaking with everyone and being here for 5 seasons as an assistant, the vision here at Wagner doesn't change. It's all about the growth and development of the student body, a student athlete. And that's one thing that's important to me is just coming into a situation where you continue to learn and grow and you're in the right circumstance, you're in the right circle, and you're learning from everyone in a positive aspect. All of those conversations that I had with everyone within this process, that was the main thing. So I'm extremely excited about the vision that Wagner community continues to exhibit on a daily basis. For us, as a basketball program, our goal doesn't change at all. When we walk in the gym, we want to see another banner. We want to put a banner next to the 1989 Conference Championship banner. So we're going to continue to be relentless in how hard we work, how dedicated we are, because this group is extremely hungry as we got a taste of what it felt like to be in a championship game last year. And we met as a group. And we know there's more work to be done, but we have to take it one day at a time and continue to have the mindset of getting better at every facet. And I'll tell you all this too, I'm hungry. I'll say that one more time, I'm hungry. And I'm excited to get to work, continue to get to work with our girls. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a process that is fun. We're going to work together and continue to build on this strong foundation. For me now, my coaching philosophy is it's all about cultivating relationships, learning, growing, and getting better. And my key for teaching and coaching and continue to grow strong bonds with our young women is important to me, extremely important. I'm excited to build strong relationships with everyone here at Wagner, even stronger relationships. I can't wait to get to know former players. I can't wait to get to know some of the alumni that have been here and played and have been a part of this program. Those things extremely important to me because, again, it takes everyone to do something special. So I'm extremely excited about continuing to build stronger bonds with everyone. Now, as we keep going, college is supposed to be a great time, right? It's supposed to be a great time. For me, it was probably the funnest time of my life, and it should be a positive experience behind it. This is a time where you're preparing for adulthood, right? You're figuring out your purpose in life, and you want to make sure that you have the right relationships and you're in the right circle that's going to help you grow and build key habits that is going to put you in a position to be successful. And so for me, those components are extremely important. Academics is extremely important to me. It's our number one priority. We want our student athletes to have much success on the court. However, we want them to have much success off the court. And I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that our student athletes have a positive experience and help prepare them for life. Because eventually the ball does stop bouncing. And I know, because sometimes I still get out there and I want to play, and then I play for 2 hours and my whole entire body is sore. But again, for me, developing a student athlete is about developing the whole person and not just athlete, right? And that will continue to be the mindset of myself and our staff in this program. Now, everybody kind of knows about me a little bit and knows that I love recruiting. It's one of my most favorite things to do within coaching. I love it. It's a significant piece. We all know that's a significant piece in building a program, recruiting and evaluating the right people. I'm going to work extremely hard. I'm going to continue to work extremely hard when it comes to recruiting. We are going to assemble an excellent staff that builds great relationships with our current student athletes and with our future student athletes. The big thing for me, New York City, it's the mecca of basketball. It's a great city, filled with a lot of talent. New York, the whole entire state is filled with a lot of talent here. So again, from a recruiting standpoint, that's going to be our priority, is to recruit home. Now we know that New York City does have an international brand. It does have a brand here in this country. We know it's the Big Apple, where big dreams happen. And so that attracts more people. And for us, we're going to recruit nationally as well. I think it's important for our student athletes to have an experience where they're adapting to different cultures. They're adapting to different types of people. And basketball is played differently in whether it's different regions of the U.S. or across the world. And so when you can have different individuals come together and do something collectively special together, I think that's one of the best experiences that you can have. For me, my primary focus so far has just been on our current players, right? At being an assistant, you get used to one way, and now I'm in a different leadership role. And so I want our current players to just kind of get used to that. Want them to get used to me in this different leadership role with myself and our coaching staff. And because we want to continually build on all the success we've had. And we're going to continue to have success, but want to make sure that my primary focus is on them. I'm very grateful for Coach Jacobs over the past couple seasons, allowing me and empowering me and allowing me to instill some of my coaching schemes and philosophies from a basketball standpoint on the court. I definitely am extremely grateful for her doing that. So for us, our style of play is going to continue to be exciting. We're going to be a exciting team, up-tempo style offensive team. I am more of a defensive-minded coach. It's just a part of my DNA. It's a part of my personality. I'm always wanting to defend, always wanting to protect. But we will be relentless defensively. We will apply a lot of pressure defensively. And within those things, it's going to be a lot of fun and exciting basketball. So Seahawks fans, when you are able to get in the gym and see us play, you will see an exciting brand of basketball. You will see a brand of basketball where every night we're going to compete. 5 young women out there are going to compete and are going to play hard and toward achieving our team goals. Our team will be bigger than any one individual, but every individual on our team will contribute to our team's success. For me, the best teams, they have high chemistry, and where everyone can care about one another. Everyone have a genuine love for the person next to them. Those things are extremely important if you want to have success. So for us, we have that, and we will continue to have that type of environment moving forward off the court, and especially, more importantly, on the court. So, it's, again, I feel like I'm in the dream world right now. I'm extremely excited to be your new head women's basketball coach. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity. Definitely not going to take it for granted at all. I know our first game is not for a while, but our mindset is not changing. We're going to be relentless. We're going to work hard. I'm here to work hard and grow with our young women and our coaching staff. We're going to give everything we have to this program and this college. And for me, being in a different leadership role and being here for 5 seasons as an assistant, those goals haven't changed, and they will not change just because I'm in a different leadership role. I know I've rambled enough, but I do want to leave everyone with this because I believe it's important. It's just a part of my life, and it's just something I kind of live by. But I want everyone to know that impossible is just an opinion. If you stay focused, you stay disciplined, you stay true to yourself, and you stay the course, and more importantly, you believe in yourself and you do it the right way, you can accomplish anything you put your mind to. So I'm extremely happy, and again, thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Coach Coburn, for those thoughts. At this time, I will open it up for questions. So if you do have a question, please use the raise hand feature, and I will call on you, and then you can unmute yourself and ask a question to Coach Coburn. Keith Rad, if you can unmute yourself.
Congratulations, Coach. I'm sure this is a day you've been waiting for a long time. For someone who's worked up the ranks with a lot of great head coaches, now that you're the head coach, what can you take from those other head coaches that specifically that you want to now bring to the role?
First, thank you, Keith. I appreciate you a lot. The big thing for me, and one of my biggest philosophies, is consistency. All 4 of the head coaches that I work with, they stay true to themselves, and they were consistent every day in how they approach leadership and how they wanted to make sure that they exhibit that vision to their teams. And so for me, that's the same thing that I'm going to carry now that I'm in this new leadership role, is that I'm going to be consistent with who I am, and I'm going to hold a lot of integrity, and all I ask is that, when you come in contact with me, is that you're like, man, he's always consistent. He never changes. He's always himself. And for me, I think that's important, especially when you're in your first stint, is you got to stay true to yourself.
Carmine, I believe you had your hand.
Can you hear?
Yes.
All right, I'm good. Terrell, hello. How are you? Nice to hear your voice. I have 2 things I want to ask you about. One, give us an idea of the timeline from when you found out that that Heather was going to depart to when you got into interview with people, and how long that process took, and and I'm sure you've been preparing for it for a long time. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is you are defensive minded, and you may be the first coach I've ever heard say how much you love recruiting. Are you planning? What's the best way to recruit for you? Is it to find people who will do what you want defensively, who have the makeup to do what you want defensively first? Is that where you will look first?
Appreciate it, Carmine. Thank you. Your first question. Again, I don't really I don't remember the date when everything happened. It's kind of been like a 2.5 week, 3 week process. It was a curveball. But however, I have been preparing for a long time, and it's one of those things where you prepare because you believe. And so when the moment did come that Coach Jacobs was ready to move on, I was ready to be in a position where I can have an opportunity to go through this process. And she was extremely helpful. She was extremely helpful within this process, and I'm grateful for her for that. And then I did. It was maybe another 2 week process going through the interviewing and speaking with everyone. And for me, I'm extremely grateful that I was able to do that. I was extremely grateful that I was able to do that and be in a position where I can let everyone know, if they didn't already know a lot about me, more about me and who I am as a man, as a coach and teacher. So to your second question, yes, I'm extremely defensive minded, and I do love to recruit. For me, recruiting is just all about relationships and being personable. So I don't have any problem with that. I want to make sure that I find players that are like-minded. So I'm always going to go through the process and gather and get as much of information and evaluate who is like-minded, who wants to grow and get better, who does love to play defense, and how those things are exhibited through their actions when they step on the basketball court. But for me, just building relationships with them, with the student athlete and their families, and being in a situation where I have a child, and I want to make sure if my child wanted to play basketball, I want to make sure that she's in a situation where she's in the right circle and she's around good people that want to help her grow and get into that pinnacle of adulthood, where we all know that once you get to that adulthood, it's a whole nother ball game. So,
Keith?
Coach, this question might get you in trouble, but when you found out that it was official, who was your first phone call, and how did that go?
Good question, Keith. My first phone call was my wife, and I actually FaceTimed her, so I would say my wife and Taylor, because she was on the call too. And then I tried to reach out to my friend and my agent, and then I called my mom second, and then I tried to reach out to my friend and agent, and then he didn't pick up. So he's actually on the call today. I'm grateful he's here on the call. But those were kind of like my first three, and then I had to keep it like really, really quiet. So those were like the only people I was going to tell, because I know that those things weren't going to be put out. So, yeah.
Any additional questions for Coach Coburn?
Yeah, I have a follow-up to that. So now that the job is yours, what's the first order of business? Recruiting trail, scheduling, putting your feet up on the desk. What does it look like?
No, again, the biggest thing for me was just making sure that some of our players that have been here just kind of getting back into the swing of things. There's been a lot of adjustments and circumstances that we've had to overcome, and we just want to continue our mindset is just wanting to continue to get better. We have a good recruiting class coming in the 21 class, and with all these different rules, we got to make sure that we evaluate from a recruiting standpoint what our best fits are going forward. So those have been some big priorities, and we have a couple seniors that's going to graduate. We want to make sure that they're on pace to graduate, so that's been a primary focus. And then just configuring the staff, those things are highly important in this first 30 days. So just some of those things have been something that I've been really hitting home with. Scheduling is another thing that's just about done, so I'm not concerned with that. Recruiting is, 365 days a year, so that's never going to stop at all. Even now that I'm in a different leadership role, those things have continued to pick up. It's probably picked up a lot more, but I'm just a person that always plans ahead. So those things have been something that has been integral in these first 30 days. So thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks, Keith. Appreciate it.
Any other questions for Coach Coburn? Coach Coburn, congratulations again on becoming the 10th head women's basketball coach here at Wagner College. Thank you to everybody joining us on the call today. We will send out this press conference later on in the evening, or if not, first thing tomorrow morning. Thank you so much again, and go Seahawks.